China, one of the biggest countries in the world. This country in Central Asia has over the last 40 and some years grown into one of the biggest economies in the world. This was certainly not the case before the 1970s. After an extensive stretch of financial stagnation, the Chinese revolutionary leader, Deng Xiaoping, introduced new social and monetary reform that was market-based. Prior to this, the government had arranged and dealt with the public economy. These new reforms made it possible for farmers and other producers to sell their products to other persons and countries, instead of the government dealing with the trades. This kick-started a massive economic uprise for the country, with the GDP growing almost every single year, from 1980 up until this year. It has grown from $168 billion in 1981 to a whopping $14.7 trillion in 2020, and only behind the USA. Now, what makes the economy so big? China opened economic zones in the cities like Shanghai, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, and Beijing for foreign investments. Because of the low cost of production in China, given the low cost of labor and material, it became a tempting investment for foreign investors. There was also a huge amount of labor to employ, as China is the most populated country in the world. Nowadays, China is the world's largest assembling economy and exporter of goods, and almost all electronics produced in the world has at some point in production been in China. It is also the world's fastest developing consumer market and second largest shipper of goods. China is a net merchant of service products. Economists, for the most part, property a lot of China's quick monetary development to two principal factors: enormous scale capital investment, funded by huge domestic savings and foreign investment, and fast efficiency development. These two factors seem to have remained inseparable. It's not just restricted to that today. It is the world's second largest economy and produces 9.3% of worldwide GDP. China's exports developed by 16% each year from 1979 to 2009. Toward the start of that period, China's exports represented a simple 0.8% of worldwide exports of goods and non-factor services. Recently, China posted surprisingly good GDP development for the first quarter of 2022. However, retail sales for March slumped in the midst of progressing COVID lockdowns on the central area. The pace of China's industrial development is unrivaled ever. Inside years and years subsequent to starting widespread financial reforms, China arose as a monetary superpower. The generally agrarian economy transitioned into a high-level economy with the expansion of its assembling and services sector. China's fast monetary development surpassed the speed of institutional turn of events, and there are significant institutional and change gaps that China needs to address to ensure an excellent and sustainable development way. The job of the state needs to advance and focus on giving stable market expectations and a reasonable and fair business climate, as well as strengthening the administrative system and law and order to additionally support the market system. That's it for today. Hope you liked the video. What's your opinion on this? Do you have any suggestions for our next video? Leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Like the video and subscribe to this channel for more updates.